Welcome everybody to our second installment of our live demo series where we're going to talk about the baby category on Amazon. I'm Dustin Kane. On the call with me is Chris Gramlich. How you doing, Chris?
Good. How are you doing, Dustin?
Doing very well. Both Chris and I are seasoned Amazon sellers ourselves, and we're both account executives at Sellozo. So we're excited to have you guys on the call and dive right into the baby category on Amazon. The purpose of this live demo is to just discuss some of the challenges, some do's and don'ts, some tips, and some things to watch for when selling in the baby category. Also, we'll do a little sneak peek inside Sellozo, and at the end, we'll open it up for questions. And you're going to want to stay until the end. We have a discount code for you that we'll give you at the end of this live demo. So, Chris, let's get started. Why don't you introduce Sellozo to everybody?
For sure. So what we are, we're a tool for Amazon sellers that want to look for automating some of the tasks that they're doing that they may be doing manually. So our software will automate advertising on Amazon every day. But there's also other things in there like product view stats and your financial reporting. We also have a really killer support team, very helpful on setting up campaigns the proper way and helping you with your listings and kind of giving you feedback on what you should do and what you should not do. But there's more to our tool than just PPC. There's other things that are going to be added in the future. But there's more you can learn on our website. You just go to sellozo.com. You can chat with our team. You can book a demo with Dustin and I. And we can go more into what it is that our tool does.
Absolutely. Yes, we'd love to get you on a demo with us so we can talk about sort of your unique situation with your business and how Sellozo can help out. All right, so now let's tackle the baby category on Amazon. Let's just go over a little marketplace snapshot of the baby category on Amazon. It is a monster. The baby market right now is almost a $74 billion marketplace. One third of those sales are online, and Amazon is the king of those. It accounts for more than half of the online sales in the baby market. So we want to definitely be a part of that. The other interesting thing that we discovered about the baby market is the average purchase at a store in babies is $6. But online, the average customer is spending $21. So they're buying more at one time. They're doing some subscribe and save. They might be buying more in bulk online, but that average purchase price is significantly higher than it is in a store. So that's something we want to be able to take advantage of as well by selling on Amazon. So let's jump into Amazon is great, but there are some challenges. So let's have Chris. Why don't you go over some of the challenges that sellers face when selling in the baby category?
Yeah, for sure. Well, you bet. So some of the things, obviously, with selling on Amazon, especially now, is the competition. More and more sellers are looking to get into this platform, get into Amazon, sign on Amazon, and competition grows every day. So competition is going to continue to grow. So that's one of the challenges. Another thing is getting reviews. Reviews are getting more and more difficult to get, especially for products on Amazon, even off Amazon. So getting reviews is going to be hard to do, and trying to get that on your listing is super powerful. Product images, those are going to be hard to do as well. Those are something that you need to get and spend money on. So looking at product images and investing in product images is going to be super powerful. And spending money on those is going to be powerful in your listing and converting. And then trustworthiness. So people tend to shop for brand, looking at brands, and having a good brand establishment and being recognized as a powerful brand can help you in the long run on Amazon. So these are some of the challenges. There's more on there that you need to look at, but these are just some of the few that we're going to point out.
Absolutely. And yeah, and I want to touch on a couple other things because these reviews and the product images go hand in hand with trustworthiness on Amazon. If you're trying to compete on Amazon and your images are not good and your reviews are subpar, that's just going to hurt the trustworthiness. And this is people's babies. that we're talking about. They are going to be very serious when they purchase for their children. They don't want anything that could potentially harm them. And another thing about that competition is if you are looking to get into this category, you're going to want to really look at the competition. If you're going for baby bottles, they're low price and there might be a million sellers on there selling them. That might be difficult to crack into that. So it's something to look at if it's a product venture you're looking to start. I would start by focusing on how much competition there is for that product.
Sure.
All right, so some do's, some things that you want to definitely be doing. Be safe. Amazon is very strict when it comes to making sure that you have the right safety warnings and recommendations on your products, especially when it comes to things that could potentially hurt babies or any of that, like suffocation warnings on packaging. All of that, you want to make sure that you're following all the guidelines in terms of your warnings and recommendations on there. Make your listings pop. We touched on this just a second ago. You've got to invest in high quality photos and videos. I would definitely jump in and get a good video for that as well. And make sure you don't forget lifestyle photos. This is especially important in a category like baby, where they need to see the product in action. You know, how it looks with a baby or furniture or whatever around in those lifestyle images. That can really tell the story of your product. So you're going to want to make sure that these are high quality photos that you're putting together. Also high quality, you want to make sure that the products you're sourcing are high quality. If they're not, your reviews are going to suffer. I mean, I think especially in this type of category, people feel like it's their responsibility to leave reviews to help others more than any other category is in stuff like baby or food. And so they will be quick to leave a review if they feel like the product is not high quality. To make sure that that's happening, you're going to want to make sure that you're doing product inspections. You can at the factory before it's shipped. You definitely want to make sure that it's inspected. There's lots of companies out there that you can hire to do inspections before it's shipped. And then you can also do random spot checks. Either send one back from FBA randomly to yourself or check them in your warehouse or your inventory. So those are some really important things to do. Additionally, we're going to need to run aggressive PPC. I think this is where people can get holed up a little bit on this, is when they start to see how aggressive their PPC campaigns might need to be to rank in these competitive industries. This is where working with Sellozo can have a huge advantage. We can help certainly optimize those PPC campaigns so that we can both get you to rank and then eventually get your ad spend under control to where it's manageable. So we'll talk further about this, running this aggressive PPC, but you need to be prepared in the baby category to be running aggressive pay-per-click campaigns. And additionally, a lot of these products, you want to make sure that you're enrolled in the subscribe and save. If it's baby formula, diapers, anything in this category that people would be ordering over and over again, subscribe and save is the best way to increase your lifetime customer value. If they're subscribing, they're going to make an order every month. So we want to make sure that we're definitely enrolled in that program if it's a repeat buy product. Chris, do you have any additional things you want to throw at that?
Yeah, I'll run down these a little quick, just add a few things. The top one, be safe. That's good too. You don't want to make claims or you want to make sure your product is having all those safety warnings with the packaging or with an insert, because people will read that stuff. Listings pop, again, like you mentioned, lifestyle photos. People don't read bullet points. If they do, they skim through them. They read the title, they look at the images, and then they make their decision. High quality products, you need to have that to get those high reviews. Inspect products. There's a lot of stories here, but you know what may look like a good sample can get really changed and really cut corners with your supplier. So just because your sample was good doesn't mean the finished product's going to be good. So make sure you do inspect the product because you don't want to be stuck with inventory that is not going to be something that you want to keep long term. PPC. You got to pay to play, especially if you want to stick around this category. You got to move up rank. Then subscribe and save. A lot of people just will purchase one time, enroll and subscribe and save, and then you're going to constantly reap the benefits of getting that order every month. So these are good things to look at to do for your listings, especially in the baby category.
So let's move on and let's talk about some things we definitely don't want to do. Chris, I'm gonna let you take this one as well here. So these are the
Cool.
don'ts.
Yeah, seems pretty obvious, but still sellers are doing this and they're going to get caught. So don't make false claims. Don't say that you're approved or have celebrity endorsements that you don't have. It's just going to hurt you in the long run. Don't steal photos. There's plenty of sources out there to get those. So just put the time into getting good photos that tell the story of the product. Don't cut corners on that. And then this one's pretty important. Don't order too much inventory. A lot of people will find a product and they're like, oh, this is going to be it. I'm going to buy 5,000 or 2,000 units of a product. Then what ends up happening, the competition was higher than what they thought. Their price is going to have to be lower than what they normally were going to do. And they're just stuck with inventory. So I rather see sellers like test out, a couple hundred units, maybe 500, maybe just order the minimum order quantity from the supplier first, test it out. And then if you tend to see that it's picking up traction, then you can go all in and get better pricing and order more quantity and really scale it up. So dip your toe in the water first, see how the product does. And then if you feel like it's something you can scale, order more and go forward. Anything you can think of there?
Well, I can just tell you, as sellers that we both are, we've definitely ordered too much inventory.
I didn't want to bring it up, but
in the past, and that's an interesting point because there's so much. You also don't want to. I mean, running out can have its challenges too.
Sure.
Running out of inventory, but that's way easier to overcome than having money sitting in a warehouse at Amazon that you're going to have to liquidate because it just didn't work out. And I think a lot of times, falling in love with a product instead of the sort of what it's actually doing on Amazon can really set some people back. They feel like I just want to do this product and the numbers aren't working out. And so it can hurt them. But in terms of the false claims and the silly photos, I mean, the golden rule is just, if this is a long-term business for you, you want to play by the rules. I mean, it's just that you might get a quick gain for doing something, but the long-term effects of false claims and stealing other people's proprietary photos and things, it's just absolutely not worth it. All right, so those are some big don'ts to do. So now let's talk about some tips in this category. Finding influencers to promote your product. This is huge, and it goes into trustworthiness. As well. People, when they see somebody promote a product as an influencer, someone they've been following for a long time, they will listen, they will buy. I've had success with influencer marketing a lot. And you can see when they make a post, you can see the influx of sales come directly from that post. So one tip I would recommend with influencers is stick to a sweet spot. These influencers that are really popular, that have millions of followers, they're going to be unaffordable. I mean, they're going to charge you a ton just to do one post. But you can find these influencers that are in the 10,000, 15,000 follower range that are just getting their brand started. And they will absolutely be willing to promote you for free or really cheap. And you hit on a bunch of those is way better than getting a big fish, in my opinion, with that. So influencer marketing, you definitely want to do it. And in this category, in the baby category, there's lots of them. They are everywhere, and you can find them, and they have great followings. You can also reach out to PR firms, look for people to get to write articles for your products. There's lots of places that you can get this done as well. Facebook and Instagram ads drive traffic to your listing. This is important. This is another strategy to get your listing moved up the rankings organically in Amazon. If you're driving traffic straight to your listing and they buy, that's going to help you out. Sort of get that Amazon wheel spinning for you by moving you up the rankings. Investing in video, we've touched on that. Video, I mean, Amazon's rolled out video ads now as well. If you're as part of their brand registry, and video tells a story in a way that images can't. And not to mention, it's just going to make your product look a lot more professional and push the sale. Having a website for email collection and validating your brand. This is huge. I mean, another thing of trustworthiness is people a lot of times are about to buy on Amazon and they will go off Amazon and Google and try to see more about this brand. And if your website comes up and it looks good, that's going to really help validate their decision to buy. And additionally, if you can get traffic to your website, you can potentially get customer information that you can't get from Amazon, which leads us to a new program that we're rolling out at Sellozo here called Sellozo Connect. I'll let Chris, why don't you touch on Sellozo Connect just real quick so that they know what we've got cooking here.
Yeah, for sure. So in a nutshell, what we're doing with Sellozo Connect is creating you a product insert that you can then add to your packaging, where you can get, or either get customer information like email addresses or drive traffic to your website, or you can offer a discount code on existing products or new products that you're coming out with. So it's a new program we're launching where sellers can have us pretty much automate their insert, and you'll work with our marketing team to create that design, and then we'll send it to you, and then you just send it to your supplier and they'll put it in the packaging and you'll be all set. So if you're interested in that, definitely reach out to us. We can show you more what that is.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're excited about that program. We're seeing some really early success with a lot of our clients that we rolled this out for. So yes, definitely reach out to Chris or I, and we can give you more information about Sellozo Connect. All right, moving on. Things to watch for. This is a tough one. High return rate. This in the baby category, much like clothing and others, there can potentially be a high return rate for your product. So that goes into, I believe, what we were talking about earlier in terms of ordering a lot of inventory. If you can get an early idea of what this return rate and what kind of reviews you're going to be getting for your product, that will help before you invest in a ton of inventory, because that return rate has to be calculated into your bottom line on this. So anything you want to touch on that return rate, Chris? That's, because that's sometimes a metric that people miss when they're selling.
Yeah, and if your sales velocity on Amazon and your return rates are out of whack, Amazon will suppress the listing. And you have to get your return rate lower before you can even, or get your sales rate higher before you can even relist the product. So this is a big one, because a lot of people, this category, things they see online may not dictate to what they actually get when they get the product. And it's so easy to return a product now that Amazon just allows customers to do it pretty seamlessly. So making sure the product is exactly how you're portraying it on Amazon it will help you with this return rate. So again, investing in a high quality product, making sure that it's going to be top notch. This can help lower that return rate.
That's right.
In the long run.
Yeah, that's essentially, if you do everything we've been talking about before, this should minimize the risk of this being a problem.
Yeah.
Which is what we want. And then once you start advertising, you're going to see in this category, because of the competitiveness, you're going to see high cost per clicks on your ads. That's why you're going to want to be working with something like Sellozo to optimize your pay-per-click and be looking at that as well. And I think there's a couple things with the high cost per clicks. Number one is that has to be understood as a part of your launch strategy, that it's going to be high and it's probably not going to be profitable early on if you're launching a brand new product. But over time, as you move up the rankings organically, your total ACOs can go down, and you might be able to still sustain those high cost per clicks, especially if you have things like subscribe and save, where you're getting a longer lifetime customer just from that one ad. So that's something to be aware of, the high cost per clicks, and we want to make sure that you're aware of it, not scared of it, and know how to strategize that, because that's just the nature of playing in the Amazon marketplace right now, especially in a competitive category like baby. So anything that you want to add to that, Chris, about the high cost per clicks?
Yeah, there's probably people wondering, how do I know what the cost per click is before like I really source this product, a good tip here is maybe just source like 50 units, like off the AliExpress or something, or even 20 units, and create the listing. And then when you add the product, go create a campaign, and you can see all the keywords that Amazon thinks you're relevant for, and you'll see those cost per clicks in there, like the suggested bids and stuff. So you'll be able to know beforehand before you really invest in something like a lot of units or containers worth of product. You'll be able to have an idea what that cost per click really is
Mm-hmm.
by doing small quantity first and testing it out and seeing what the cost per clicks are before you really dive into that. So kind of look at that first.
Mm-hmm.
Really, invest in getting a lot of inventory.
Absolutely. And then once you are launched and you're going to optimize those campaigns. And a
Yep.
lot of times you're going to have these high cost per clicks. If you're just running an auto campaign right now and Amazon's showing it for a lot of these high cost per clicks could be keywords you don't even want to be bidding on anyway. And you need to negate them and get them out of there. And additionally, once you find these keywords that are successful, is finding that sweet spot bid where you're still getting lots of traffic to your listing, you're generating sales, but you're staying within that target ACoS that you're setting. That's what Sellozo is going to be able to do for your campaigns once you get them up and running. So don't be scared of high cost per clicks, understand them, and know that we can find a way to work with them as we optimize your campaigns long term. Additionally, protecting your products are things to watch. If it's a unique product, something you designed, you're definitely going to want to be patenting that. And also, if you have your brand, you want to trademark that. That's a lot of things you want to look at way ahead of time in that product research phase. You can get caught on trademarks if it's your name's. If the name you pick is really similar to somebody else's, you won't be able to get that trademark. So you're going to want to research that when you go. I've had
Yep.
that happen to me, which is not fun. But you want to protect these products, and you want a lot of these things open up more doors on Amazon. When you have a trademark, you have a lot more different abilities. It's called brand registry, where you have more options. So you can advertise differently, like with video, and you can make your listings a lot more attractive. They just give you a lot more features that you can do when you're brand registered. So you want to look at protecting those products. I would recommend doing the test run before you do all this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you want to make sure that it's working. You want to get those first few units. You want to make sure that the proof of concept is working. Then I would definitely follow all these steps.
Yeah, I'm going to add to that because speaking from experience, I think you and I both had this experience. It's a lot easier to scale it up if something works than it is like to backtrack a little bit and have to liquidatory and if you got infringement claims, you got to fight all that with your suspension. It's just a headache. So it's better to go slow with this. I know a lot of people get anxious and they want to jump in. I'm guilty. You're guilty. But it's easier to go slow with this. And then once you cross all this off your list, then you can jump in and go forward with it. But just be careful at the very beginning.
Absolutely. And before we jump in or to offer that discount code for everybody watching, you just want to touch on just a couple of maybe 2 or 3 of the main points in which Sellozo can help automate the process and help our clients do these things we've been talking about?
Yeah, for sure. So a couple of things that we do is the keyword discovery through your auto campaign and your manual campaigns. We'll find keywords that are in those campaigns and move those to either an exact match campaign or a campaign that you may choose that you want us to do, where we can actually really, really scale you up on those keywords automatically daily. So we'll make, we'll do the transfer of keywords, we'll do the day parting, we'll do the negative keyword, all that stuff that sellers should be doing manually. After a simple process of setting this up inside your account, Sellozo can handle all that for you automatically each day. Other things that are in there are going to be like financial reporting, product level stats. You'll be able to see how profitable product is, inventory controls. So if you want to see how long your inventory is projected to last, we have that in there. But there's a lot of stuff that is coming down the pipeline that is also going to be included, that hopefully sellers like, and use in the future.
Yeah. And as sellers, I think we can agree that we've just gone over a lot of things that you need to be focused on in your business. The quality of your products, the quality of your images, the listings. There's a lot that you have to really dive in and focus on. The marketing, the Facebook marketing, all of this. Negotiating with suppliers.
Yeah.
Things like pay-per-click automation are critical. They give you the time back. They do it better than you could do it yourself majority of the time. And it just gives you that time back so that you can focus on these really critical things. It is a critical part, but it's something that can be automated. And you know, we'd love to jump on a demo. Like I said, Chris and I were available. You can just go to the website, sellozo.com. You can just fill out that form to book a time for a demo with one of us. And we'll discuss your business. We'll discuss some tips that we can offer you, and we'll walk you through a demo of Sellozo so that you can see all of the features. All right, let's open it up for some questions. If you have some questions, you can throw it in the chat. We've got a few minutes that will Chris and I will answer your questions.
For sure.
Chris, any questions? Let me know what's
come through. Yeah, I got one in here. This is from Corrine. She said her main category was beauty. I couldn't make it last week. Is there a chance to get the recording? Yeah, these are all recorded. So you can reach out to our support team and we can definitely get you a recording of this.
Absolutely. Yep. And we'll probably be posting these as well online. So we'll make sure that you're aware of where they're posted, but we'll get the support team to reach out to you and show you that replay.
Can you see the questions, Dustin?
No, you go ahead and read them to me.
Okay. What are the requirements for subscribe and save, to enroll a product and subscribe and save? That's a good question. I don't have that on top of my, do you have any idea what those are?
Honestly, I do not know what the requirements are. I'm brand registry, probably for sure. I would imagine is subscribe and save, but we can take a quick look and
let's go on to the next one. I'll look this up real quick.
Sure.
Let's go on to, I heard they are going to be putting the archives online at some point. That means, in the safety warnings, do we need to make just common sense advice or need to hire a lawyer? Good question. I would probably run it by a lawyer just to be safe on this. I mean, you could probably figure this out on your own, but I'd rather be safe here. I would probably have a lawyer look it over real quickly.
Yeah, and I think also if you've got you need to have product liability insurance as well, but they're going to have some guidelines too. Some require you to put some things on the packaging as well, for sure. But yes, the more legal advice you can get on stuff like that, the safer you're going to be in the long run.
Let's see here. Let's go on to the next one. How do I find keywords to use so I don't have to spend a fortune just on clicks? What do you guys use? Good question, Dustin.
Yep. Well, there's lots of tools out there that do this. Keyword discovery. You can, what typically when I launch a campaign, I'm launching an auto campaign where I'm pulling out the successful keywords, and I will seed. I'll seed the manual campaign, the exact manual campaign with just like the 10 or 20 keywords I know just off the top of my head that are going to work. And I may make those broad match so they reach a lot more keywords in that. But you can use there's lots of keyword discovery tools out there that you can purchase and use to do that. But I've the auto campaign has been very successful for me on Amazon. Chris, what do you want to add to that?
Yeah, no, the auto campaign is definitely going to find some good keywords. Just using Amazon's search bar is good. Like they're going to show you all the keywords that are being searched the most by popularity. So if you type in, baby, gate, you'll see all the suggested searches. I would take those and look at those and focus, kind of putting those in your campaigns. Using a manual campaign and using your main phrase as like a broad match is super helpful. So if you sell baby gates, maybe put a baby gate broad match campaign only with that specific term. And then you'll see a ton of keywords that are going to show up based on customer searches. You can use that tool. There's some other tools out there that are really helpful that will give you some type of search volume recommendations. But honestly, like Amazon's search bar is super helpful. And then using your main keyword as either broad or match, and then looking at that term, you your keywords in there as well.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And then I think once you link those up and you're using a tool like Sellozo and you've negated all those out of the auto campaign that you've put in your manual campaign, it's forcing that auto to look elsewhere for different keywords as well, some more longer tail keywords. So overall, that can be the best strategy. All right, I think we have time for like one more question, Chris.
Yeah, let's do this one. Can I bid on other product names like Play-Doh or like brand names like Lego? Yeah, sure you can. Just be prepared to have a high cost per click because they're going to bid on their brand name as well.
Absolutely.
And what in my in the category that I'm in, and Justin, the category you're probably in has the same results. Like when people search brand name, they that's the brand they really want. You can bid on that, but what I've found is that you'll spend a lot of money trying to get that sale, and it may not be the best because you'll spend a lot on clicks and maybe only get a few conversions. So in my experience, I would just focus on your brand. You can target their products like in product targeting campaigns and try to snipe some sales that way. But other than that, be prepared to pay a lot on those brand names.
Yeah, I agree. I would avoid bidding on the brand names, but that product targeting, if you've got a differentiator, if your product's cheaper or your images are better looking than those big name brands, that product targeting can be very effective. And at Sellozo, we're going to optimize for those ASINs as well when we're optimizing the bids. So it can work.
Here, I want to add this real quick. Kareen just added something here. How to find the long tail keyword. Again, the auto campaign is going to have long tail keywords, or when you type into Amazon in the search bar, just start typing it out, and you'll see all the suggested keywords that they're looking at. To give you an idea, there's an extension out there that I downloaded called Keyword Expansion, I believe it is. That if you just add it to your, it's keywords everywhere. It's a pretty cool Chrome extension that if you just add it to your Chrome as a Chrome extension, you'll get a lot of good keywords. The other one is AMZ Suggest Expander. That's a Chrome extension. I'll say it again. It's AMZ Suggestion Expander. That'll give you really good long tail keywords on Amazon as well. AMZ extension or AMZ Suggestion Expander. Check that out. It's a Chrome extension.
There's a lot of value in that search bar on Amazon. Just going up there and in a lot of ways, that's the most accurate data you can get. I mean, the thing about keywords on Amazon is it's people are sitting in front of the computer on Amazon with their wallets out, ready to buy. So that keyword data is very relevant to driving sales, and I would highly recommend that you utilize those tips that Chris just gave out. All right. Well, I think that wraps it up. I'm going to show you, we have a nice little offer for you guys that are on this call right now. Like I said before, if you have any questions at all, any questions we didn't get to, and you'd love to talk to either Chris or I on a live call, just go to the website and book that time with us. We'd be happy to talk with you and walk you through more of Sellozo. Now we've got a nice offer for you. If you want to sign up for Sellozo today, you can use the code BABY2020, and that will save you 50% off your first month using Sellozo. In addition, we offer a 14-day free trial. So using code BABY2020, 14-day free trial, And after that, you got 50% off your first month. So we'd love to see you inside Sellozo. We'd love to talk to you. Chris and I would, and talk about your business and how we can help. Enjoyed talking to you guys. Thanks for joining the call, Chris. Thanks for your great
You
advice
bet.
on everything. And we'll talk soon again.